I never imagined I'd be walking into this house again. The one that once felt like home, now a place that holds nothing but echoes of the past. It's my younger sister Lily's birthday today, and somehow I'm here. The house is just as I remember. Quiet, still, like it's been waiting for something, though I'm not sure what. Or maybe it's me that's been waiting. Waiting for something to shift, some sign that things can be repaired. That maybe, just maybe, I can belong here again. Lily sent me the invitation a few weeks ago. I wasn't sure why. We hadn't spoken in months, maybe longer. I had tried a few times to reach out, but the walls my family had built between us seemed insurmountable. I thought this birthday might be a fresh start. I had hoped that I'd walk in, and the tension would dissolve, like a bad memory washed away by time. But as soon as I step through the door, I can feel it. The weight of things unsaid. The silence that fills the room is almost louder than any argument ever could have been. This house, which once vibrated with laughter and noise, feels empty, even though it's full of people. My parents' divorce lingers in every corner. It always has. I spot Lily immediately. She's the same as she always was, smiling, perfect. The darling of the family, the one who always had everything. The one who could do no wrong. And I was the other one. The one who never quite fit in. The one who left home, not because I wanted to, but because I had no other choice. I thought maybe this birthday would change things, would give us a chance to rebuild the pieces that had fallen apart. But when I see her standing there, radiant in the middle of the crowd, I feel like I'm invisible. The others don't notice me either. They never did. They probably never will. Lily catches my eye, and for a moment, I think I see something there, an apology maybe, a moment of recognition, but it vanishes as quickly as it came. She waves me over, her smile stretched just a little too wide, as if she's trying to convince herself that everything is fine. I walk over to her and she gives me a hug. It's warm, but it's not real. I can feel it in the way her arms are stiff around me, like she's afraid to hold me too tightly. "Thanks for coming," she says, her voice so casual. Too casual. I smile back, though it feels like my face is made of stone. Wouldn't miss it. We stand there for a moment, and I wonder if she's going to say something more, something honest. But she doesn't, she never does. I look around the room. The familiar faces are here, but they feel like strangers now. My father stands near the window, looking out, as if he's trying to pretend he's not part of this world anymore. My mother, sitting at the head of the table, eyes me with that familiar look of disappointment that I've known my entire life. There's nothing new here. Nothing has changed. Lily's friends are laughing, chatting, oblivious to the fact that my entire world feels like it's cracking. I should be happy, right? It's her birthday, after all, but I'm not. I'm not happy. I haven't been in a long time. I've spent so many years trying to fit into a family that never really wanted me. But maybe that's the problem. I've been trying, and they've never asked me to. Lily comes over to the microphone, ready to give her birthday toast. She smiles the way she always does, all charm and grace. Everyone in the room shifts in their seats, waiting for the speech that we all know will be perfect, just like everything else she does. I brace myself. I can already feel it coming, the inevitable moment when I'll be reminded of just how much of an outsider I really am. I tell myself to stay calm, just stay calm. It's her day. She clears her throat. I'm so glad everyone could be here. This day means everything to me. It's a fresh start for all of us. A chance to move forward. Especially with my sister, Cassie. I force a smile, though my chest tightens. Her words sound hollow, like they don't belong to her. Her eyes flicker toward me for a second, and I think she might actually say something real, something meaningful. But then she continues, her voice light and airy. She's been through so much, but look at her still standing, still fighting, still here. The room laughs. It's not a warm, inviting laughter. It's a cruel, pointed one. The kind that cuts through your skin like a knife. I stand frozen. My stomach twists. My throat feels tight. I glance at Lily. Her eyes dart away, her smile plastered on her face like a mask. "Look at her, a warrior," she adds, her voice now dripping with sarcasm. No man wanted her, but she's still got that fire. And she's still trying to fit into our perfect little world. More laughter erupts. My face burns. I feel my heart pounding in my chest like it might explode. I want to speak to defend myself, but the words are stuck in my throat. A family that seems to be living in happiness, yet behind those smiles, there are secrets they refuse to face. You think you know them all, but the truth will make you rethink everything. Don't miss the cracks, where every threat lurks on the edge of breaking apart. Keep watching to step into their dark world and discover the truth. Can love heal all wounds, or will it only make everything worse? If you don't want to miss any of the tense moments ahead, subscribe now and be part of this journey of discovery. And don't forget to comment below and share your thoughts. Do you think they can overcome this tragedy? We'd love to hear from you. I glance at my mother. She's laughing the loudest. She leans toward the others at her table, whispering just loud enough for me to hear. She's damaged goods, but she cleans up well. The words land like a slap to my face. I want to run, to grab my things and leave, to get away from this suffocating room, but I can't. Not in front of them. Not in front of Lily. My little brother, Ben, is sitting next to me, his face lit with confusion. He doesn't understand. He doesn't know why they're laughing at me. I can see it in his eyes. He doesn't get it. And that's what breaks me, not the words, not the laughter, but the fact that my little brother has to watch this. I stand up abruptly. I don't know where I'm going, but I need to leave. I need to get out of here. But before I can make it, the room falls silent. A chair scrapes back. It's Ben. He's standing. And for the first time in this family, I feel like someone might actually see me. I can still hear the echoes of laughter bouncing off the walls of that house. It wasn't the kind of laughter that makes you feel welcome. No, this was the kind of laughter that feels like a sharp blade cutting through the air, leaving a wound behind that no one sees, but everyone feels. I'm still standing there, frozen, watching Lily's friends laugh, my mother still leaning back in her chair, eyes gleaming with the satisfaction of their cruelty. I want to leave. Right then. Just grab my coat, take Ben's hand, and walk out the door without a word. But I can't. Not yet. I can't leave without seeing what's coming next. I glance at my little brother, Ben, his eyes wide with confusion, not understanding why they're all laughing. He hasn't been around for the years of tension, the endless silent wars that I've fought alone. He's too young to know what's been happening. He still sees our family through the innocent lens of childhood. He sees them as they pretend to be normal. But normal is a facade. I turn away from him, unable to answer his unspoken question. His small, confused face pulls at my heart, but I can't let him see how much it hurts. If I start crying now, if I show him just how broken I feel, it will only make things worse. So I swallow the lump in my throat, bite back the tears, and keep my composure. For him, but everything feels wrong. Every step I take in this house is heavier than the last. The laughter dies down as people start to drink more, start to move around, chatting about nonsense. I feel like I'm watching a play unfold. A play where I'm the only one who's forgotten their lines. Everyone else is playing their part, pretending they're happy, pretending like everything is fine. I sit back down next to Ben, forcing a smile, but my stomach is in knots. I should be happy. This is supposed to be a celebration. But it feels like everything I've worked for, everything I've fought for, is slipping through my fingers. I've been trying for years to fit into this family, trying to prove that I'm worth something, trying to show them that I'm not just the screw-up they all think I am. But tonight, I'm reminded again that no matter how hard I try, I'll never be the one they want me to be. I take a deep breath, trying to calm my racing heart. I'm tired of this. Tired of being the butt of their jokes. Tired of being the disappointment. And that's when I feel it. The shift in the room. It's subtle at first, just a flicker of movement at the corner of my eye. But then I see him, Callum, standing up from his seat at the head of the table. He's Lily's fiancé, this perfect, polished man who fits into our family like he was born to be here. I've never spoken to him much, never had the chance, but he's always been the golden boy, the one who plays along, who says the right things, who smiles and nods like he's part of their world. But tonight, something's different. His eyes lock onto mine, and I feel the weight of his gaze. It's not pity. It's not judgment. It's something else, something stronger, something protective. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what he's about to do, but I can feel that something is coming. He takes the microphone from Lily's hand, his face serious, like he's about to make an announcement. The room falls silent, and for the first time tonight, I feel like the attention is no longer on me for all the wrong reasons. This time, I'm the subject of something different, something unexpected. I hold my breath. Listen, Callum's voice is steady, but there's an edge to it now. It cuts through the air with precision. I've been listening to this for a while now, and I can't sit back anymore. I'm not sure if anyone else in the room hears the tension in his voice, but I do. My heart skips a beat. I don't know what he's about to say, but I feel it in my bones. Something's shifting, and it's not just me anymore. Lily stands up, looking confused. "What are you doing, Callum?" "I can't pretend I'm okay with what's happening here," he says, turning to face the entire room. "I don't care what your traditions are or how you've been doing things. What I care about is that the woman you're all mocking, Cassie, is the one person who's had to fight for everything. She didn't get a handout. She didn't have a perfect life, and she didn't get to marry the right guy and live in a nice house with a family who actually cares. But she's still here. She's still standing. And I admire her for that. You should, too." The room is dead silent. I can't breathe. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect anyone, least of all Callum, to stand up for me. Not in a room full of people who have always treated me like I'm invisible. Not in a room full of people who have spent years making me feel like I don't belong. Callum looks directly at me, his eyes softening. She's not a joke. She's not a punchline. And for all of you who think it's okay to tear her down for being a single mom, for surviving this messed up family, I have one thing to say: you're wrong. I watch as the faces in the room start to change. People are shifting uncomfortably, looking at each other, glancing away. No one knows how to react. This isn't how family gatherings are supposed to go. No one is supposed to confront the elephant in the room. They're supposed to ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist. But Callum has ripped the lid off that illusion, and now it's all spilling out. I don't know whether to feel relief or panic. Part of me wants to run, to leave before I have to face the aftermath of this moment. But another part of me, deep inside, where the broken pieces of my pride still lie, feels something I haven't felt in years. A flicker of hope. A flicker that maybe, just maybe, I don't have to keep shrinking for everyone else. I'm not asking anyone to change their opinions, Callum continues, his voice low but firm. But I won't sit here and watch you tear someone down for no reason, especially not in front of her kid. His gaze shifts to Ben, who's still sitting there, unsure of what's going on, but clearly feeling the weight of the moment. "You're the strongest person in this room, Cassie," Callum says, and for the first time I feel seen. Don't ever forget that. And with that, he drops the mic and walks out of the room, leaving us all in stunned silence. The room is still silent after Callum leaves. It's like the air has been sucked out of it, leaving us all in this suspended state, as though none of us knows how to move forward. The laughter that filled the room only minutes ago now feels like a distant memory. It feels hollow, like a ghost in the background. I'm left standing there, with my heart racing, still trying to process what just happened. Did Callum really just do that? Did he really stand up for me? I look around the room, but no one meets my eyes. Everyone is either staring at their plates or their drinks, pretending they haven't just witnessed the quiet unraveling of a family. My mother's face is flushed with anger, her jaw clenched. She looks like she's about to say something, but she doesn't. She just glares at the empty spot where Callum stood moments ago, as if her gaze alone could burn him into oblivion. I feel a strange mix of emotions: relief, disbelief, shame, and something that feels like guilt. Why am I feeling guilty? He was just standing up for what was right, wasn't he? Ben tugs at my sleeve, his voice small and unsure. "Mom, why did he do that?" I look down at him, and for a second I can't find the words. What am I supposed to say to him? That some people can see the truth when no one else does. That a man who isn't even family is the only one who sees me for what I am. "I don't know, baby," I finally say, my voice barely above a whisper. But he was trying to help. Ben doesn't press further. He simply nods, though I can tell he's still confused, still trying to make sense of everything around him. I feel his little hand tighten around mine, and for the first time tonight, I feel like I'm holding onto something real. I squeeze his hand back, a silent promise that I will protect him from whatever else is about to happen in this house. My mother stands abruptly, knocking her chair back in the process. "Well, that was uncalled for," she snaps, her voice cutting through the silence like a knife. "I've had enough of this. I don't care who you think you are, Callum, but you've embarrassed us all." I turn my head slightly, watching her, but I don't speak. I don't have the energy to fight her anymore. Not tonight, not in front of all these people. Lily, who's been standing awkwardly by the side, finally steps forward, her voice shaky but controlled. "Mom, can we just," she starts, but then she trails off when my mother shoots her a look that could freeze fire. "No, Lily," my mother spits. "Not now. This is about Cassie and her failure to be anything other than a disappointment. This is about our family being laughed at by someone we barely know." Her words sting, like acid being poured into an open wound. The room is cold, every pair of eyes now on me, but no one is saying a word. No one is sticking up for me. I feel every inch of my body retreating, shrinking, as though I could disappear into the floor beneath me. But then I remember something Callum said. "You're the strongest person in this room." The words echo in my mind, louder now, as if they're the only thing that matters. They remind me that I don't need to shrink. I don't need to apologize for existing. I don't need to make myself small for them. I stand up slowly, taking a deep breath, and look directly at my mother. "I'm done," I say, my voice steadier than I feel. "I'm done being the joke. I'm done being the one you throw your hurt on to make yourselves feel better. And I'm done pretending that any of you really care about me. My mother opens her mouth to speak, but I hold up my hand, stopping her. No, I'm not interested in hearing your excuses. Not tonight, not ever again. Ben looks up at me, wide-eyed, but I can see something in his gaze, something that tells me he's starting to understand, even at his young age. I can feel the weight of the moment, and for the first time, I don't care if anyone else gets it. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for him. I turn to Lily, who's standing there, still silent, and I can see the regret written across her face, but I don't feel sorry for her anymore. You can keep pretending, I say, my voice hardening. You can keep playing the role of the perfect sister, the golden child. But you and I both know it's all a lie. Her face flushes, but she doesn't respond. She just stands there, frozen, as if waiting for the storm to pass. But I'm done waiting. I'm done letting them walk all over me while pretending like everything is fine. There is no fine here. There is no forgiveness. Not anymore. I turn back to my mother, who's still standing by the table, fists clenched at her sides. And you, Mom, I say, every word dripping with quiet fury, I'm not your scapegoat anymore. I don't give her a chance to respond. I grab Ben's hand again, feeling the coolness of his little fingers as I pull him towards the door. I hear footsteps behind me, my mother calling after me, but I don't stop. I don't look back. When I step outside, the cool night air hits my face, and I finally feel like I can breathe again. For the first time tonight, my chest feels lighter. For the first time in years, I'm not carrying the weight of their I can't stop thinking about my mother's face, her anger, her bitterness. She wasn't just mad at me. She was angry that I had the audacity to break the silence. She spent so many years keeping everything buried, pretending like nothing was wrong, and I tore that apart. It wasn't just the divorce that ruined our family, it was the silence. The years of unspoken resentments, the things we never said, the truths we refused to face. And now, I'm the one who's making noise. I'm the one who's shattering the illusion. I wish I could feel good about it. I wish I could feel proud. But I don't. I feel exhausted, empty. The headlights from the passing cars flicker in my rearview mirror, and I can see Ben's reflection in the glass, his small face lost in thought. "Mom," he finally says, his voice breaking the stillness. "Are we okay now?" His question stabs me in the heart. Are we okay now? The question I don't know how to answer. I take a deep breath and glance at him through the rearview mirror. "Yeah, we're okay," I say, even though I don't know what okay means anymore. I don't know how to fix the mess I just walked away from. I don't know if there's even anything left to fix. I turn onto the familiar street, the one that leads to our small apartment. It's not much. It's not glamorous. It's not the house I used to dream of with the white picket fence and the happy family. But it's home. It's our home. And I wonder if that's enough. The thing is, I don't even know what I want from my family anymore. I used to want their approval. I used to hope that one day they'd see me for who I am and not just the mess I made. I used to hope that I could fix whatever was broken between us. But tonight, I realize something. No matter how much I hope for it, no matter how much I long for their love, I can't keep waiting for them to give it to me. They never will. I park the car and sit there for a moment, staring at the apartment building in front of me. The lights are off in our unit, but I know that when we walk in, it will be warm and it will be ours. No more pretending. No more expectations. I turn to Ben as we get out of the car. "Hey, you're still my superhero, right?" I say, trying to keep things light. Ben looks at me, his eyes still a little unsure, but he smiles. It's small, but it's real. Yeah, I'm your superhero, Mom. And for the first time in a long while, I feel like maybe that's enough. Maybe it's enough to just be his superhero. To be the one who gets to walk him through this world, even if I don't have it all figured out. We head upstairs to our apartment, and as I open the door, the familiar scent of home hits me: coffee, something sweet in the oven, the smell of clean sheets. This place might be small, but it's ours. I watch Ben kick off his shoes and head straight to the kitchen, where he starts pulling out his favorite cereal. The noise, the mess, the small moments of joy, it's all I need. In this quiet space, there's no judgment, no expectations, just the two of us, living our lives the way we always have. And for now, that's enough. But still, there's that nagging feeling. The feeling that something is wrong, something is broken beyond repair. The feeling that, no matter how much I try to rebuild my life, there's always going to be a part of me that's missing. A part of me that I thought I could find in them, my family. I sit down on the couch, pulling my knees up to my chest. My mind races, filled with memories of the past. My father, my mother, Lily, all the people who were supposed to love me unconditionally, but never did. And yet, I've spent so much of my life trying to win their approval, trying to be the person they wanted me to be. But I can't do it anymore. I can't keep waiting for them to change. I can't keep hoping that they'll see me. I have to see myself. I have to be my own hero now, not for them, but for me, for Ben, for everything I've fought for. I close my eyes and let the silence settle around me. It's different now. It's not suffocating anymore. It's just silence. And maybe that's okay. The days after the birthday party are like a fog rolling in, slow and thick. I don't know if it's the exhaustion of everything catching up with me or just the weight of my own thoughts. But life goes on, right? I still have to wake up every morning, drag myself out of bed, get Ben ready for school, and go to work. The world doesn't stop just because my family imploded on itself. But something is different now. I feel it in my bones. A shift, deep and unsettling, but also kind of liberating. I don't know if I can explain it, but for the first time in years, I'm not trying to make myself fit into their mold. I'm not trying to convince anyone that I'm worth their love or attention. I'm just existing. I'm just living. Ben and I have fallen into our routine. My work at the coffee shop in the mornings, then picking him up from school, cooking dinner, helping him with his homework. The simple things that once felt like a burden now feel like moments I get to cherish. When we sit down for dinner, it's not about what's missing, but what we have. And what we have is enough. I'm still thinking about the night of the birthday party. The sting of my mother's words, the weight of her judgment, still lingers. I can't forget it, but I can learn to live with it. I've spent too much of my life caring about her approval, too much of my life waiting for her to finally see me. But I know now that she's never going to see me the way I want her to. She's never going to change. And you know what? That's okay. I'm trying to let go of that need. The need to be accepted, to be loved by the people who have never understood me. My mother, my father, Lily, they all have their own problems, their own insecurities. I'm not their punching bag anymore. I'm not their scapegoat. I'm not going to carry their guilt anymore. Ben and I are enough. We always have been. But still, there's a part of me that wants more. I can feel it in the way my heart pulls when I think about Callum, the way he stood up for me that night. The way he saw me. It's not about him being my savior. No, it's not that. It's the way he was the first person in years to treat me like I mattered, like I was worth standing up for. But I can't let myself get tangled in that. Not now, not when I'm finally starting to see my own worth. I'm sitting at the kitchen table one evening after Ben gone to bed, staring at the pile of bills in front of me. It's overwhelming. The pressure to keep it all together. The pressure to provide, to make sure Ben has what he needs, to somehow make ends meet. I hate this feeling, the feeling of being stuck in a cycle of survival. I want more for him. I want more for myself. I can't do this alone, but I don't know where to turn. The thought of reaching out to my family, it makes my skin crawl. They're not my safety net. I can't depend on them anymore. Not after everything. But what if I don't have to depend on them? What if I can figure this out on my own? That thought, that question, keeps me up at night. I don't know the answer yet, but I'm starting to see a path. It's not clear. It's not paved in gold. It's messy and uncertain and terrifying. But it's mine. I decide to take a step, just one small step. I pull out my phone and start searching for a second job. Maybe it's crazy, maybe it's too much, but I can't shake the feeling that if I just keep moving forward, if I just keep fighting for a better life for us, then maybe, just maybe, I can make it. I can carve out a future that doesn't feel like it's always in the shadow of everyone else's expectations. The next day, I find an ad for a night shift at a local diner. It's not glamorous, and it won't be easy. But it's something. It's a step. I send my application, my heart pounding in my chest, and wait. A few days later, I get the call. I've got the job. It feels surreal, like I'm holding something fragile, something I could break if I'm not careful. But I don't care. I want this. I need this. I'm learning, slowly but surely, that I don't need their approval. I don't need my family to see me for who I am. Because for the first time in my life, I'm starting to see myself. I'm starting to realize that I don't need anyone else to validate my existence. I'm doing this for Ben, for me, and no one else. I pick up Ben from school that afternoon, and he tells me about his day, about a new friend he made in class. He's so full of excitement, so full of life. And I think maybe this is enough. Maybe this is what it's all about. We don't need anyone else. We have each other. As we walk back to the apartment, Ben looks up at me, his eyes sparkling. "Mom, do you think one day we'll be rich?" I laugh, ruffling his hair. "Maybe, baby. Maybe not rich in money, but rich in the things that matter." I can see him processing this, his young mind trying to grasp the depth of the words. Like what? Like love, I say, like peace. Like knowing that no matter what happens, we're always going to be okay, because we have each other. I can feel a warmth spreading in my chest. It's the kind of warmth I've never felt from my family. The kind of warmth that comes from knowing, truly knowing, that everything I need is already here. The weeks that follow blur together, like a fading watercolor painting that's been left out in the rain. The days feel long, filled with the hum of routine, work, pick up Ben, cook, repeat, but there's something different about it now. I'm different. And Ben is the light in all of this. He's my constant, the reason I push through the fog, the reason I don't give up. But there's a weight to it. A weight that I can't shake, even though I'm moving forward. Some nights, I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, my mind a constant churn of thoughts I can't seem to escape. I wonder if I've made the right choices, if this path I'm on is the one I'm supposed to be on. I've broken free from my family, sure. But what if, in doing so, I've broken something else? The mirror I've been holding up to my life is starting to crack. Little pieces of my old self are slipping away, and I'm not sure what's left. I feel like I'm watching myself from the outside, like I'm not even the one in control of all this change. I'm moving, but I'm not sure where I'm going. It's Friday night, and I've just come back from my second shift at the diner. My feet are aching, my body heavy with exhaustion, but I can't help but feel something stirring inside me. I feel powerful in a way, like I'm finally taking control, even if it's only a small piece of my life. I stand in the kitchen, pulling off my shoes, and glance at Ben, who's sitting at the table, scribbling in his notebook. He's drawing again, his usual thing. I love watching him create, love seeing how his mind works, how his innocence and curiosity shape the world around him. But tonight, I see something different in him. It's subtle, but I see it. A look in his eyes that tells me he knows more than I think, more than I want him to. He looks up from his notebook and meets my gaze. "Mom, can I ask you something?" I freeze. My heart skips a beat. This is the moment. The one I've been dreading. "Sure," I say, trying to sound calm, but I can feel the tightness in my chest. "Why don't you like Grandma and Grandpa?" The question hangs in the air, heavy, like a stone dropped into water. I hadn't expected this. Not yet. I open my mouth to say something, anything, but the words don't come. I can feel the answer sitting at the tip of my tongue, but I don't know how to say it. How do I explain to him that Grandma and Grandpa, the people who are supposed to love us unconditionally, have never seen me? That their love was always conditional, based on what they thought I should be, what they expected me to become. I take a deep breath, trying to steady myself. "It's not that I don't like them, Ben," I begin, my voice quieter than I intend. "It's just, sometimes people say things or do things that make you feel small. And when that happens over and over, it's hard to want to be around them. It's not about love, it's about respect." Ben nods, but there's something in his expression that makes me feel like he understands more than I'm ready to admit. He looks down at his notebook, then back up at me, his eyes soft. "I get it," he says, almost too calmly for a boy his age. "You don't want to be treated badly." I smile at him, trying to mask the knot in my throat. "Exactly, baby. Exactly." But deep down, I know I've failed him in some ways. I've shielded him from the worst of it, but he's starting to see the cracks. He's starting to feel the weight of the things I've been carrying all this time. And I don't know how to protect him from it. The guilt comes in waves, pulling me under, threatening to drown me in the very emotions I've been trying to outrun. I've worked so hard to keep him from feeling the same sting I've felt my whole life. But I'm starting to realize something. I can't protect him from everything. I can't shield him from the world, from the way people are. But I can teach him how to face it, how to stand up for himself, how to not let anyone make him feel small. I'm still trying to figure it out for myself, but I won't let him feel invisible the way I've felt for years. That night, after Ben falls asleep, I sit in the living room, staring at the walls, letting everything settle. The weight of it all feels different now. The silence is no longer oppressive, it's peaceful somehow. Maybe it's the first real silence I've had in years, not the silence of rejection or judgment, but the kind of silence that means peace, the kind that means I'm okay. That Ben is okay. But the truth is, I'm not sure I'm entirely okay. I don't know how to undo the damage I've done, the damage they've done. I don't know how to erase all the years of waiting for something that was never coming. The world feels bigger than it ever has before. It's full of possibilities and it's terrifying. But I'm not backing down. I've already taken the first step. And I'm not going to let fear stop me now. I've been waiting for a sign, for some big moment where everything changes. But maybe, just maybe, I've been waiting for something that's already here. Maybe the change I need is already in me. I reach for my phone and scroll through a few old messages, texts from Lily. She's been trying to reach out, trying to make amends, but I can't bring myself to answer. Not yet. Maybe one day, maybe when I'm ready. But for now, I don't owe anyone anything. I don't owe my family my time or my energy. I owe it to myself. I owe it to Ben. I put my phone down, leaning back against the couch. The weight of the past is still there, but it doesn't own me anymore. Not completely. And for the first time in years, I'm not afraid of what's ahead. I wake up to the soft hum of the morning light filtering through the blinds. It's Saturday, and for once, the world feels still, as though it's holding its breath. Ben is still asleep, his small figure curled up in the bed, completely unaware of the journey I've been on the past few months. I watch him for a moment, his face relaxed, a slight smile tugging at the corners of his lips. I used to think that happiness was something you had to chase, something you could find if you just kept looking. But now I see it differently. Happiness isn't something you find. It's something you create. It's in the way you love yourself, in the way you choose to live your life despite the circumstances. It's in these quiet moments, these unspoken pieces of peace that make everything feel like it's going to be okay. I'm still not sure if I'll ever completely heal from everything. The betrayal, the silence, the years of trying to be someone I'm not for the people who never saw me. But I'm learning to accept the parts of me that were always there, even when I didn't recognize them. I'm not broken, I'm not a failure, I'm just someone who's still figuring it out. And that's okay. I glance around our little apartment. It's not much, but it's ours. It's safe, and that's enough. In the last few months, I've started taking on more shifts at the diner, slowly saving up for the future. Ben's schoolwork is improving, and I can see him growing into a strong, thoughtful little boy who is learning, by example, how to navigate this world with his head held high. I've realized something important. The people who love us don't always have to be family, and the ones who should love us don't always know how. My family, my parents, my sister, are still trapped in their own cages, living by rules and expectations that have nothing to do with me. I can't change them, but I can change how I react to them. I don't need their approval anymore. I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I take a deep breath, feeling the weight in my chest lift slightly. Maybe there will always be days when the past feels too close, when the memories of their cruelty rise up and choke me. But there will also be days like today, quiet and full of possibility, where I can simply breathe and know that I'm moving forward. I've learned to let go of what I can't control. And for the first time, I feel like I can breathe, like I'm finally stepping into the life I deserve. As I look at Ben again, I realize the true gift I've been given isn't just a second chance at happiness. It's the freedom to choose. I get to choose who I am, who I want to be, and who I let into my life. That's my power. That's my freedom. I quietly get out of bed and walk over to the window. The morning sun is brighter now, casting a golden light over the apartment. I stand there for a moment, taking it all in. There's no one to answer to, no one to disappoint, just me, just Ben, and I'm ready to keep moving forward. If you've been touched by Cassie's journey, remember that you, too, have the power to choose your path. Life might not always go the way you expect, but you can always choose how you move forward.